Good afternoon. We are going to go over division strategies that we're going to learn next week, so this way you can help your child whenever they come home with homework. The first strategy that we're going to use is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's a good way for the students to try to figure out, okay, I want a number that's not too small, that's not too big, that's just right. So we have 3,546 divided by 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up traditionally, just like this, divided by 6. And then I'm going to draw a line down there. So it's sort of like hangman. And then I'm going to figure out, okay, how many times does 6 go into 35? And I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say about 5 times. And 5 times 6 is 30. But then what I want to do is I need to make this number 100 times bigger. So I need to add 2 zeros there, which is 500, so I add it there. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract 6, 4, 5. Now what I want to do is see how many times does 6 go into 54. Well, I know that 6 goes into 54 9 times. 9 times 6 equals 54. I can subtract that, but look at this, there's a 0 there. So I need to add a 0, and I need to make this 9 10 times bigger, so I'm going to add a 0 there. So I'm going to subtract, that equals 6. How many times does 6 go into 6? It goes in there 1 time. Then what I need to do is I need to go ahead and add this up. 500 plus 90 plus 1 equals 591. What this does is this teaches the students that this isn't a 5, this is actually a 500. This isn't a 9, it's actually 90, and this is a 1. So they can see that this isn't 5, this isn't 9, this is 1. This represents 591. Next, what we're going to do is the students really like this method, and we set it up like this: 3,546 divided by 6. And I sort of do the same thing here. I go ahead and I draw my lines just right down here like so. And this is a good way for the students to realize, to break it apart a little bit more. How many times does 6 go into 3? It does not, so I'm going to write a 0 here. 0 times 6 is 0. I'm going to subtract minus 3. Then I bring this number up here, and that's 35. How many times does 6 go into 35? It goes in there 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract 35 from 30, which is 5. I'm going to bring this number up here. How many times does 6 go into 54? It goes in there 9 times. 9 times 6 equals 54. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. That equals 0. I'm going to bring this up. Then, how many times does 6 go into 6? It goes in there 1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to subtract that. That's 0. You can see there 591. Now, this way really doesn't show what we're doing here with division like this way does. So we're going to teach them both methods. This is a good way to really understand what we're doing with division. This way is to check to make sure that we have the right quotient. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.